hello, my lovely ladies and handsome gents. Oh my gosh, am I ever excited about today's video. Now I know some of you will not be for this. You will be like, no, I can't. You'll be like, oh, I made a wrong turn. I'm going to back up out of here. I don't want someone to talk to me about Avon. But I've just been on, in the last month, I've been in an Avon vortex. I went to Avon website because I hadn't really checked out Avon since, forever. I've never really checked out Avon. When I was a kid, like a lot of people, I remember receiving Avon gifts. I think my mom sold stuff in her office and other people sold Avon, and they would, like buy from each other's catalogs. So I had some Avon items. I don't exactly remember what they are. I mean, I think I do now, but I thought, well, I had a budget and I thought, well, I want to explore something different, something that I'm not really familiar with. And I went to Yves Rocher website, which I do like. I like Yves Rocher products, but I've already had a lot of Yves Rocher products. And I thought, I want to find something different. And I went to the Avon website and I started looking around, and I was pretty impressed with what I saw. And they make it really easy. They say, because I knew once I was there, I was like, okay, I definitely want to buy this and this and this and this. And I thought, they offer you, they say, do you want to be an Avon rep? So I was like, okay, sure. Because I thought, well, why not? If I talk about Avon products, like a lot of people do with Amazon and affiliate links, and I haven't really done very much of that at all. I thought, sure, if I like the products and I talk about the Avon products, why not? I'm gonna put the code so people can go and check it out, So I went there, and they make it so easy to just join. It's free to join. And I was like, okay, and I joined, and suddenly I'm an Avon lady. I mean, I guess, but I haven't tried to sell it. I haven't done any of that. I was thinking about maybe doing another channel that's just dedicated to Avon because for a few reasons. I'm not going to stop this channel. I'm not going to do the things that I talk about on this channel, but the things that impressed me about Avon, there are a few big things that I didn't expect to be lured in. I like a lot of people just wouldn't even know. No, I'm over here. See, because when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, I got some of that Avon stuff. But then when I was 19 years old, I went to work in luxury fragrances and cosmetics. And so I never really looked at Avon again until now. I never looked at it again. Someone gave me some Avon gift. You get Avon as presents, right? As gifts. And that's always really fun to get. But I never went looking for Avon on my own. And the other day, about a month ago, I went on there and I discovered a lot of stuff that really impressed me. And the first thing that impressed me is that now, I think it's either as of July of this year or July of last year, Avon is 100% cruelty free. That's a big deal to me. I really don't understand why so many cosmetic and fragrance companies can't be cruelty free. Maybe they can't be vegan, but can they not be cruelty free? Like, I really want companies to take that seriously. I think a lot of people now, we're sick and tired of feeling like, I don't want to feel guilty because I'm putting on some eyeshadow or because I'm spraying on some perfume, that some creature had to suffer. I really, really hate that. I can't say I hate that much, but I hate that. Because I just feel, it feels like just the ultimate worst. The worst! Am I going to stop wearing cruelty-free stuff? No. It's still going to be there. Sorry. Am I going to stop wearing non-cruelty free stuff? No. I think it'll still be there. These products that I used to work for. I used to work for Dior. I used to work behind the counter in a department store as a Dior counter manager and the Dior person. And for Guerlain. And those companies are owned by LVMH now. And those companies, they're not cruelty free. I don't understand why these big companies can't do it. But Avon can. And not only does Avon have everything is cruelty free, but they have vegan lines within Avon. They've got skincare called Femme RX. I think it means prescription, Farm prescription. Femme RX it's called. They've got everything in that line is vegan, and they've got some other ones too. And they've got also one of their makeup lines is also vegan. And I really like that. And another thing about Avon that I was impressed with is apparently there are a number of different Avon companies throughout the world. I believe I don't remember where they are, except I remember there's one that is a UK Avon, and there's another one that's North American Avon, which is mostly the United States and Canada, and I forget where else. There's somewhere else they said, but that one is different from the UK one. The one that is a North American Avon is owned now by LG Korea, Life's Good Korea. You know, they're famous for a lot of electronics and things. And I don't have a problem with that. You know, a lot of the stuff that I've discovered, it's K-beauty. I think that's cool. But I'm going to get on with it now, because I just wanted to tell you, because I understand a lot of you will feel weird about Avon. And it's like, now wait a minute. Is she talking about Avon? Now she's selling this stuff to me. You know, I am trying to sell it to you because it's cruelty free. And it's great. It's great stuff. It's a lot more affordable than a lot of fragrances on the market. It's nostalgic. A lot of us have memories attached to Avon from childhood. And another thing that's interesting about Avon is I know a lot of you know that they have these classic, these really cute novelty bottles. Had over the years. They don't do that now, and I don't think they should. I think that was something that Avon did in the past. It was really cute, but do people nowadays really buy fragrance because they want some novelty bottle? Well, I mean, I do, but usually those were not sprays. They were just, you know, splash types. Do we really just wear like a few drops now, put between our ears? No! Perfume people don't do that anymore. We spray and spray and spray and spray. So those novelty bottles are cute. They're great. I'm glad they exist. I'm glad they're out there. But that's not what Avon is doing now. And I think what Avon is doing now is a lot more like the kind of thing that today's consumers like. So I'm going to get to the perfumes now, but I had to do that disclaimer because I really want you to know that I'm impressed with it and I really think it's cool. And I got 10 Avon fragrances to share with you. Some of them are classic. Everything's new. Nothing is vintage. It's all new. I bought directly from Avon. There's no like, oh, I got this. It came out in 1965 or whatever. Another thing about Avon, they've been around since I think the mid to the late 1800s. They were originally called California Perfume Company. And they've been around since then. And they were actually helping people make money from home. I'd say mostly women, because it was probably mostly women, before women were allowed to vote. Isn't that weird? It's so weird. Not so long ago, women didn't have the right to vote. But women were making money with Avon. So in the last month, I bought a ton of Avon. I bought a bunch of fragrances and I bought a ton of skincare, and I'm going to be showing that. But I'm not going to make this channel an Avon channel. I might get another channel either on TikTok or here on YouTube that focuses mostly on Avon, because no one else is doing cruelty free across the board like Avon is. They're making it. Oh, another thing I want to address. I'm sorry, I know it's long. I hope you stayed for the fragrances, but a lot of people see Avon, they have this, no, because Avon is a multi-level marketing company. Now, when I was young, I never heard of multi-level marketing, and I don't even know if Avon used to do that. I just know people would sell Avon, you know, and they would get a commission from it. But I never really heard about that multi-level thing, and I asked about it because I am not a person who wants to do that. I don't really want to get involved with that. And all it is you don't have to do that. When you join Avon, I'm not saying you will, I'm not saying, if you join under me, you can join under me actually. if you were to join under me, yes, I would forever get, I think they said a 3%, somewhere between a 3 and 10% commission on everything that you ever sell or you ever buy. I'll get that. I joined directly from Avon, but they put me up, they put me with another person they call a mentor, and I guess I couldn't get an answer, but I guess that person will probably be getting, you know, a percentage of what I mean. I don't care. I feel like, you know, I'd rather them do that than, you know, Bernard Arnault, who owns LVMH and all those other things, the 4th richest person in the world. I'd rather some person, some Avon person, get a couple bucks out of it. I really don't care. So, and you don't have to participate in that. Like, I don't ever plan to hardcore sales anybody about anything. I never was that way, even when I worked in sales, you know, behind the counter in cosmetics and fragrance. I was never like that. For me, I feel like if I like the products, I should just be able to genuinely talk about them. And if the people like them, they'll buy them. If they don't like them, they won't. I never wanted to make anyone buy anything they weren't happy with. That was never my thing. Now, is that the mentality of a hard salesperson? No. You cannot be that way if you're a hard salesperson. I was never the top salesperson anywhere. I was just a friendly person to tell you about the products, you know. So I'm not that like that. But because I'm so excited about Avon, I do want to share that with you guys, and I wanted to tell you those things. And now I'm going to show you the perfumes. I got 9 women's and 1 men's. Actually, that's not true. 9 women's, 2 shared, and 7 women's, yeah. Some of these are more recent, but some of them are super classics. And what to write? Let's see. Okay, I wrote everything out. I wrote out a lot of stuff about these, and I don't know if I'm going to because my notes are so, sometimes they take me away from being in the moment of just, you know, the perfume talk, which is, I think, what most people enjoy. I get a little bored when people look away and start like hopping on their thing, you know, like, no, I don't want to watch that. Next. I'll come back and see you again, person, sometime when you're not all up in your notes. Can't you just figure this? Can't you remember? No. Anyways, okay. So I've got a bag here full of stuff. And, okay. How am I going to start it? Okay, I think I'm going to start with... Okay, I'm going to start with a super classic. You know what? Maybe I should put the boxes behind me. Okay, I took them out of the bag so that you can see some of the boxes. That doesn't necessarily reveal everything, does it? Okay, the first one I want to talk about, classic Topaze. This is an old one, and I when I looked it up, you know how it is, you order things, I'm sure you do this too, you order things and then you go to Fragrantica or wherever you find out, you know, Perfumo or one of those. I really like Fragrantica. I'm used to the way they do things there, so I tend to stay there. And you start looking up to see what do people think of this and what's the notes and all that. So this fragrance, Topaze, what a lot of people said, see, this is their new basic bottles for the classic fragrances. I like that. I think that's just fine. I don't need a little keepsake bottle because, you know, I mean, I just don't need it. It's a thing of the past. We could have, maybe they'll do it in the future and that's beautiful, but I like this. I like this. So this fragrance, Topaze, people said it smelled like Chanel No. 5. Chanel No. 5 is one of my favorite fragrances in the world. When I was a kid, my mom, and a teenager, my mom had Chanel No. 5 cologne. And I loved it so much. Then when I started working in cosmetics and fragrance, I got it as a gift from a boyfriend I had. I got the perfume and the eau de toilette. It made me sick. It made me throw up. On a date in the parking lot, it was too strong for me. And I never could find, I even tried the more recent Chanel No. 5, the cologne, I forget what it's called. It's one of the newer ones. It did not smell like I remember my mom's Chanel No. 5 cologne smelling. People, this does. This does. It doesn't smell exactly like it, but my gosh, the second I tried it, it reminds me of my favorite Chanel No. 5 cologne. I love this. I am absolutely thrilled. And it immediately smelled familiar to me. And I don't know if it's because maybe my mom had some, but I don't remember it. I don't remember it being around at all. But it smells familiar to me. And this is what I'm going to choose now. Instead of looking for more Chanel No. 5 that I'm never going to get along with. I have Chanel No. 5 perfume, the quarter ounce. I have Chanel No. 5 perfume purse spray. I have a Chanel No. 5 Wild de Parfumé, which is like a spray-on body oil. They're all too strong. This is it. This is it. I could say that if I were just a person, I weren't reviewing fragrances and trying a lot of different fragrances, if I found this, I would be like, that's it. That's my new signature fragrance because I love this so much. I couldn't be more thrilled. Avon Topaze. And that one came out, like I said, 1959. 1959. I love it. I love it. Okay, next up, original Avon Far Away from 1994. A lot of people probably know this one. I have a mini of this and I don't know where the hell it came from because I don't remember ever having anyone in my world that sold Avon except from people that my mom knew that work. Actually, no, there was another family member that I had, my husband's family, but I don't think I got that miniature from there. I don't think I did. So I don't know where I got it. So that made me curious about Far Away Original. So this fragrance, the Far Away brand, they've got this cute little tassels. Tassel. So this fragrance, Far Away Original from 1994. Okay. In all my Avon fragrances that I got, I have to say, I really like this, but it's not my favorite of all of them that I got. This smells a lot to me like the original Paris Hilton fragrance. Probably a lot of you have tried that. There's something in there. And I actually compared the notes, and they are actually really similar notes to this. I don't know what it is, though. There's something in there that I'm not that crazy about. Still, I still think it's a beautiful fragrance. It smells a lot more contemporary, I'd say, than some of the classic ones. It definitely has a more contemporary smell to it. 113 people in Fragrantica thought this was similar to Mugler Alien. I wouldn't say that. There's a quality. I'm not sure what it is. Is it a powdery quality that Mugler Alien has that's similar to this? I don't find them to smell the same, but there's something in there that is a little similar to it. And I'm not really a fan of original Alien. I like Alien Hypersense, but the original Alien, I never could get into it. I like that they do those, you can refill the bottles at the counter though. That's, it's eco-conscious. Oh yeah, and I gotta tell you though, the noses for this are very well-known noses. That's the case with a lot of Avon fragrances, a lot of Avon stuff. The nose for this was Renee Morgenthaler, who created CKB and Gail Heyman Delicious, and Xavier Reynard, who created Aramis Havana and Nicole Miller Original. So the same noses a lot of times are tasked to create fragrances for Avon. So Avon Far Away, it's beautiful. I would recommend it. I would really recommend it, even though it's not my favorite. I got, 10 fragrances though, Somebody has to be the one I like the least. Because I do like them all. And I will wear this, and I do like it. It's just not like this one up against Topaze. No, I would always choose Topaze. But yeah, Avon Far Away Original. Another thing I want to say really quickly about Avon. I learned, a lot of people think Avon is cheap. In some ways, it is more affordable than some stuff out there. But it's not cheap. The fragrances in general are a lot more affordable than a lot of fragrances out there. But that's where it ends, folks. The skincare, you're not catching a break with Avon. Avon pricing is somewhere between high-end drugstore and department store. Like, now you can get deals. Like, I find what I found on there, which was really great too, is you when you're signed up with somebody, it could be me, anybody. When you're signed up, if you're curious, go look at my link and it'll take you right to the Avon catalog. That what they usually have is they have some type of gift with purchase, and it's really good. Like, if you buy $60 worth of fragrance, they'll usually offer you a free shipping and a free full-size bottle of something or other that they have. You know, they'll and with the skincare, you buy usually $60 worth of skincare. They'll give you like a full-sized bottle of cream or something, body care. I got a full-sized body care item with my skincare, which I did also purchase a lot of skincare. I'm going to show you at some point. So I would say fragrances, yes, the fragrances are very affordable compared to a lot of fragrances that are out there nowadays that you're expected to spend $200 a bottle on, or even $100 a bottle on. The average pricing for the Avon fragrances is somewhere around $35, and it's even lower and a little bit higher than that. But fragrances are the most affordable thing at Avon. Everything else, it's not cheap, I'm telling you. But it's innovative. They're doing a lot of innovative things, and I'm digressing. I'm going to continue with the perfumes. Okay, another super classic. This one, I did spend some time with this because I waited to open all of these except a couple of them because they came without the cellophane. You know how that is. If it comes without the cellophane, it's fair game. Oh, you know what? They want me to try it. So, but with the cellophane, no, I can hold back. Okay. So this next one, Night Magic. Night Magic. Now, this is called Night Magic. I think they also call it Evening Musk. All the classics are in this kind of bottle. This is a softly floral straight musk. I smell incense, musk, and jasmine. That is really what I smell out of this. So I'm not really a musk wearer in general. I remember owning, like, when I was younger, before I worked in cosmetics and fragrance as a kid, I think I owned like the Alyssa Ashley musk and the Jovan musks, that kind of thing. But this one, so I'm not really the person to usually go for musk, but this has a quality about it that makes you feel like, a lot of people say things like your skin but better. It's musk. If you know what musk is, this is a soft, comforting musk, and a lot of people said that it makes them feel comfortable and happy and safe. And I got to agree, it's kind of got that vibe to it. But yeah, Night Magic. Let me see, did I write down? Yeah, so I think incense, musk, and jasmine pretty much says it for this. It's really pretty, and it does last. These fragrances do last. I'm really kind of surprised. But they do last more on my clothing than on my body. Some of them disappear pretty quickly, but then they stay on the clothes, and I pick up the clothes and I smell it the next day. They smell like Night Magic. So, you know, Night Magic, another nice one, another super classic. This is a men's fragrance called Mesmerize. This is the bigger size, and this is a 3.4 ounce size too. Doesn't that remind you of the Ralph Lauren packaging for the original Ralph Lauren stuff? Mesmerize. Okay. This one. Okay. This is the men's fragrance, but I think women should wear this. Women can wear this because it's got that profile that a lot of popular fragrances have now that are shared fragrances. But this is a lot of people, a lot of women want something that's up there strength-wise, like BR 540, like Baccarat Rouge 540. People are now more used to fragrances that project, that are stronger, women are wearing a lot more fragrances that have more masculine attributes than they used to be. And, well, anyways, in the last 100 years or so. I don't know about before that. But I opened this and I tried it, and I really, at first I wasn't sure if it was men's or women's, but I really like it for me. And my husband, I sprayed it on him, he likes it too, but I want to wear this one myself. And I do not think anyone is going to think I'm wearing men's fragrance. It's like got a sweet quality to it. It's a sweet, incensey. Oh, it's beautiful. It's very nice. I don't want to say beautiful because if you're a guy and you wear it is masculine, yet it's got a femininity to it. And it reminded me of something when I first opened it. I was like, yeah, this takes me back to stuff I used to sell, but I couldn't remember what it was that it reminded me of. Well, actually, it does remind me a little bit of Elizabeth Taylor's Passion for Men, which is a really nice men's fragrance too. But it was something else. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And then when I went to Fragrantica, I found that the #1 fragrance that people thought this smelled like was Zeno by Davidoff. And I used to sell that behind the counter in men's fragrances. And yes, it smells a lot like Zeno by Davidoff. And another one that it smells similar to, that someone said it smelled like, was Paloma Picasso Minotaur. Probably you've never heard of that. It was a fragrance I sold when I worked in men's fragrances. Minotaur from Paloma Picasso, another really nice men's fragrance. It's a very similar vibe. This, the Zeno and Minotaur, very similar. And also Elizabeth Taylor's Passion for Men. So this fragrance came out in 1992 and it's considered a citrus aromatic. I really like it. I like it for me. I think if you're a person who likes some of those stronger fragrances, you'll like it. You take him out. Okay, let's move on to a shared fragrance. Okay, a lot of you are familiar with the original Avon Haiku, which I did not buy, and I do not know what it smells like. But I got these I got some flankers, okay? Spoiler alert. Haiku Intense Eau de Parfum. So this is a shared fragrance from 2021. It is a shared fragrance with top notes of Yutsu, middle notes of Lily of the Valley, and base notes of White Woods. That's it. That's all they're gonna tell you. You know there's more in there. Okay. Haiku Intense. It's a cute bottle. I'm not that crazy about these plastic caps, even though they look cute, you know, they certainly give the aesthetic of what it is. Haiku, I think it's cute, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, I like this cap. It's plastic, but it doesn't look cheap at all. And I don't know if I think Haiku should change their bottles because they've been going with this bottle forever, you know. Anyways, this one. See, this definitely, it leans more fresh and feminine, I think. It can definitely be worn by men who likes a nice, fresh fragrance. But I think probably they knew it was probably going to be women with this one. And what did I say? Oh yeah, so I think the Yutsu is noticeable. The Lily of the Valley is noticeable. But it smells fresher like that to me than that. It smells to me like there's peony in there and maybe some more tropical things. But it's a very fresh fragrance. Yeah, so Haiku Intense. I really like it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to wear these. I'm going to wear all of these, for sure. Time for another classic. Candid. Now, this one, The second I smelled it, I recognized it. Because I had a little container of, you know, they have these creams called, they're called perfume skin softener. They've called it that when I was a teenager, and they still call it now. And they're really affordable. These little very affordable little pots of body cream, but they call them skin softener. Oh, whatever. I had this in that, but I never had a bottle of fragrance. But I recognized it immediately, and I couldn't remember what it was that I had, that cream container. It was this, Candid. It was absolutely this. Now, I think, okay, this is absolutely one of my favorites that I got. It's like a close tie with Topaze. I really love this. This reminds me of how fragrances, kind of adult fragrances, used to smell, really. And there's a few interesting things about this one that I want to tell you about too. Okay, this came out in 1977. Something I want to tell you about Topaze as well. I read on Fragrantica people's reviews and what they thought of this, and someone said, the box says eau de cologne, because all of these classics say cologne on the box, but the bottom of this one says eau de parfum, the little thing. None of the other ones do, but so this must be an eau de parfum and not an eau de cologne. I think some people might say, I think sometimes people say they think fragrances are screechy. Okay, I think this might be that kind of thing, because it does come on really strong. It's one of the strongest ones here, really. And it stays on my clothes, it stayed on my skin longer than the others. The thing about this one, okay, 30 people on Fragrantica said this reminded them of Jean too. 11 people said it reminded them of Giorgio. 6 people said it reminded them of original Chloe, not the new Chloe, the original. Had a lot of that. And I think it has the same vibe as those above, but it's not, I think it has the same vibe as those, but it doesn't smell like them. The notes are all one level: tuberose, sandalwood, oak moss, jasmine, vetiver, ylang ylang, and rose. And I can't tell which is what. I would say maybe I'm getting the tuberose out of it, and that's probably the thing. I'm a sucker for tuberose. I love. So I think I'm getting the tuberose, really, but everything else is really well blended. I can't tell what's what. But it's definitely a big floral. It's fresh, and it does have a bit of that soapy kind of thing going on. I love that. And it could be considered sort of loud, but I mean, isn't that what people want now? That's what people want today. When I worked in fragrances, no one ever wanted to know how to make people smell their fragrance in the next state or province over. No one wanted that. They wanted to know how to not bother people with their fragrance, but nowadays everyone wants you to know. Everyone wants you to wear it. And me too. Like, I'm wearing like a lot more sprays than I ever used to wear, and I think a lot of that has to do with a lot of fragrances. They don't have the same projection as they used to. I mean, I think that's what I found. I think that's why a lot of people are really, really overspraying. I'll spray 20 sprays of something and walk out the house. Not this, but and my husband can't even smell it. 20 sprays and you can't even smell it. That's the way it is on a lot of fragrances nowadays. But yeah, I haven't really had a chance to wear this out, but I'm going to, and I feel I'm going to have this one in my life now for the rest of my life. Candid. Okay, let's go in a whole different direction now. We'll go to a faraway flanker, Away Bali. Isn't that a pretty box? I love this. I love the box. So this is a flanker, and Faraway has a bazillion flankers. Like, I couldn't even begin to, say, okay, I've covered all the flankers. No, Faraway has got a million flankers. So this is Away Bali. Very cute. This one, okay, people feel that this is like summer in a bottle, that it's sweet and fruity, youthful, and I feel it's a lot like other popular fragrances today. Not like the old Avon stuff. It doesn't smell like the old Avon fragrances. It smells like stuff that you smell everywhere now, really. I mean, that doesn't mean it smells generic and boring. It just smells, it's got that vibe of a lot of fragrances that that are out there now. It does have grapefruit and honeysuckle in it, and that's what I think I'm getting most. The grapefruit and the honeysuckle. I don't have the full list of the notes but in front of me, but it's very sweet, very fruity, could be youthful, could be an older person wearing it, but it's probably the kind of thing that it leans more youthful, really. But it's definitely got a little bit of a sweet, sticky candy thing going on. Yeah. A really good blind buy, too, for someone who likes, that's probably, people consider it more summer. You know, it's named Bali, go figure. You know, they think of like, oh, in Bali, it's, you know, a lot of people having their vacations in Bali and stuff like that. But I really like it. It's another great Avon fragrance. Over to a flanker. Haiku Kyoto Flower. Another beautiful fragrance. Okay, this is such a pretty bottle, isn't it? They really try. The bottles, they make each one different. They keep the same cap, but they put a different color on it. But I think they're really pretty bottles, actually. So Haiku Kyoto Flower. Okay, it's the same, it's a similar vibe to the one I just talked about, the Away Bali. But this is definitely more floral leaning, where that's more fruit leaning, even though this I would say is also a fruity floral. Let me see, what did I write down about this one? Again, gorgeous, youthful, the same kind of thing that a lot of fragrance companies have now. This does not smell like an older Avon fragrance. This smells contemporary. Okay, very fresh floral, contemporary smelling. Okay, 36 people felt this was like the Chloe in the square bottle. The newer one, not the classic one. The new one, well, new, a few years old, but you know, they call it Chloe, but it's not original Chloe. It's a new version and it smells great. But people think this smells like it. And 12 people felt it was similar to Radiant Flower from Drew Barrymore, which I have never tried before. But this is another great blind buy. I definitely would recommend this one and the the Away Bali as blind buys for anybody. Anybody who likes fruity or light florals, and especially a younger person. These are great fragrances for a teenage person, a teenage girl, teenage guy if he likes, you know, feminine fragrances. But this is definitely one of those crowd pleasers. It reminded me of something instantly when I first tried it. I can't remember what it was now though. Isn't that funny? So yeah, so Haiku Kyoto Flower. Another Avon. Okay, get another last couple. This is another super classic. Actually, this is another classic. I can't put it in the same as Topaze or Candid. This is newer than those. I think this was from the 90s. Wait, from the 90s. Oh, I got some stuff to tell you about this one though. This one I really want to tell you about. Okay, people turn their nose up at Avon. They do. I was one of them, kind of, you know. I mean, I don't turn my nose up at anything. But I just thought, no, I'm not going there. That's not my thing, you know. Anyways, this fragrance is called Dream Life. And this one came out in 2002. So see, it's not a super classic like the ones from 1977 and all that. Shit. Ah, dropped it. It's still okay. Yay. I hope it's still okay. Does it look all right? Yeah, it looks all right. Yeah, it looks good. Yay, because it's tragic. Okay. Of course, I'd never tried this, but I knew it was a classic and got a lot of really good reviews, really good comments on it. This one, I'm not sure if I love it or I don't. I'm not sure if I love it or I just like it, because I haven't quite really understood its personality yet. I put it on a few times. I think it's very complex. I think it really changed into something else after I wore it for a while, but I had a bunch on, so I don't know exactly if it's this one. So I don't know if it's this one I was thinking of or not. But it's a really nice, I feel like it's a light floral with some really heady base notes in it. Like at first it's gonna be soft floral, then it's gonna become an incensey type of thing. But I gotta tell you some stuff about this one. It's a big deal. Okay, Dream Life. The nose for this fragrance is Calice Becker. Why should you care, right? Why no? Okay. Because Calice Becker created Dior J'adore. She created Dior J'adore. She created 44 fragrances for Kilian. She created Tommy Girl. She created Versace Dylan Blue for women. You see, the same nose creates a lot of these Avon fragrances, that creates a lot of these other designer and niche fragrances. So, you know, you might turn your nose up at it, but this famous nose didn't, you know? So I feel like, you know, there's no shame in these Avon fragrances. And they're made the same way that designer fragrances are made. You know, they're not made in some cheap way. Just gotta say that. Okay. People felt that it smelled like Maya from Toka, and it is like I wrote down here. The base notes are most obvious to me: sandalwood, amber, and patchouli, and it has florals in the top notes. Those florals are not really that obvious. I don't even know, am I accurate? I might not be that accurate because I don't know the fragrance that well, but I just wanted to tell you about it. Because I'm talking about Avon. And I'm really thrilled to be talking about these. I'm so thrilled that I like them. I'm thrilled about Avon. I really am. And I got one more. Haiku Sacred Intense. So it's another flanker from Haiku. It's the third Haiku flanker I bought. I got 3 Haiku flankers. So this one is also a shared fragrance. Haiku Sacred Intense. Okay, this one, it's a shared fragrance. I love this. I love this so much. This is such a beautiful citrus fragrance. And it's like citrus. Citrus in your face. I feel like this is a bit of a sweeter. It's a sweet citrus. Men can wear it, absolutely. Does it lean masculine? I would say it leans feminine, truthfully. But yeah, it's great. I love the citrus of this. My beautiful Avon fragrances haul that I am really thrilled about. And I really appreciate you listening to this video. I know it's a long one. How long is it? Oh my gosh, it's almost an hour. It's almost an hour long. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I had to do it. I just had to tell you. I had to share this with you. And I hope you enjoyed it. And please leave me down below a comment about your Avon perfume memories. I know you have some. And you know, when a company that old, maybe some of those memories are not good. Probably, maybe someone in your life wore some Avon fragrance that you're like, no, that reminds me of, you know, whoever it is. Like, no, I can never go there in my brain again. But it might remind you of something someone or something that you really loved. Or maybe you yourself wore a fragrance, or like me, you had something when you were a teenager and you've just been reunited with it in that Candid and also the Topaze, you know. So anyways, so leave your Avon story down below, please. Your Avon perfume story. And you know, even if you can't stand it and you don't want to go there, I want to hear that too. Like, I want to hear why you don't like it, or why you would never try it, or why you just can't. And I'm curious. So anyways, thanks for watching.